And welcome to another Photoshop video. In this project we're going to have a look at Photoshop blending techniques, where we've taken one image, which is one we're looking at, exposed for the sky, and one image exposed for the land. And then when we use this technique we end up with an image that is putting both of those together and looks like a much better exposure overall. So to start off with, I'm just going to close the finished version. We're going to go with our images open in Photoshop to the file menu, and then we're going down to scripts and we're going to choose load files into stack. So Photoshop brings up the dialog box and we can actually add open files, so we simply click. You do have the option to auto align, so we can click this here, but I don't actually want to create a small object at this point, so we'll just add our open files and click OK. So Photoshop works its magic and takes both of the images and loads them into the stack. Next thing we're going to do is click on one layer in the layers panel, hold down the shift key and click on the other. So we have both of the layers selected now. And then we're just going to go to the next stage, which is edit, and we'll choose auto blend layers. So for this we need to check stack images and seamless tones and colors are all ticked rather, and we can leave the tick in the box for content aware fill transparent areas, so we can see when the images have been aligned there is slight transparency around the edges. If you had more transparency, for example if you had carried out this technique without using a tripod, you sometimes find that it works really well with the content aware fill, but if there's more detail in the image it can actually not work as well. So depends on the images you're using whether you wish to leave this ticked. And then we click OK and wait while the images are blended. And then we have the result once that's done, so we can see we have a layer at the top, a composite of what's actually being created, and then we can see which parts of the image by switching the layer on and off have been used in order to create that final image. To improve further, we could just use a levels adjustment layer just to give the mid-tones a little boost. So if we just take a look now, and then again you can do that according to eye, it may or may not be effective in your image. So there we have it, another way of blending images in Photoshop where you can get the best of both worlds when you've exposed one for the sky and one for the land. Thank you for watching.